Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolina. Charlotte. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks. Carolina. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 22-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Plus the 35. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Walker now on first and 10. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Seahawks first down.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Made back at the 40.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A hole to dig out of here, second and 17. A shotgun snap for Darnold. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now following the sack, Darnold and Carolina left with a 3rd and long. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Incomplete, but I think it was a free play. Let's check the call. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Darnold from the gun. He'll let this go deep for Smith-Njigba. And this is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0.
Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Black, 95. Hut.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Van Roy. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
To throw is Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there. And it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Again, Darnold. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here goes that.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Now Darnold. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 40. 23 yards on the play.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. And Walker once more. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Good gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Darnold now to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and there the scramble for the first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 12. And Darnold's going to change the play. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Kenneth Walker with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he returns this to the 22.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better? For them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he stopped immediately there.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Well, he had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0.
Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Cycle.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready. 33. Yellow. Rail. Yellow. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 57 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Young to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
We're going to sign.
As Shaheed going to go in motion. Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
11 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
A give for Walker running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Seattle.
To the right side, this is Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Walker with another carry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 49 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. Long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ready.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. It's a quarterback. Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Seahawks 28, Panthers nothing. The kickoff for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Come on, set. 60 red. 60 red. Blue striker. Ready.
Now here's Young. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Boye Mafe has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now he's going to step up and run. That's taken in by Arroyo. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field? And here, you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Looking to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
A loss of 11 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And that, boy, a dangerous throw there back across the field, but it's incomplete. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So, the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise, they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is, don't quit competing.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half two.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. His 8th rushing touchdown, his 12th overall. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7.
Next the score, Seahawks 31, Panthers 7. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
They'll empty the backfield. A 5-receiver set on 2nd and 3. Here's Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Torrey Horton, 58 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They run here with Dowdle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and he kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Down. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Ready, break. Ready, go.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
Okay, ready? Black shot.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 14.
Blaster, sit. Set, ready.
They'll try to throw now. Young. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That one complete to Ligon.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Panthers, first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Ready. Let's go. 45, white, switch, yellow. Set, hut.
Dowdle is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on the play.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Let's ready.
Off the play fake, Young. Feeling the pressure here and taken down and sacked back at the 7. DeMarcus Lawrence with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
52, blue.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Panther 60.
Second and 11. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Finding Walker complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And the Seahawks first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Let's go.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now back to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Yeah, go.
He'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45.
52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU.
Okay, right.
Well done.
2nd and 7.
Let's go. Ready. Ready.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ready. Ready. 33. Hut. Hut.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7.
It's a gain of 8.
43 rail.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
10.
Young to throw it. To the left side, he's got McMillan. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Hustle. Hustle. Watch out, man. 52.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game. Well, this was a blowout supported by